done. Intro. It's intro time. Shush. Everyone shut up. Let's move on to our last topic of the day. We are going to be doing
a review of Joker Folie à Deux.
Folie à Deux. Do you know what that means? Do you know what Folie à Deux means?
I don't know. It means Joker fucks two.
Folly of two?
It's a folly, yeah. I could say it.
Folly of two? That actually would make some sense.
I don't care.
I don't speak German. I don't know. So the Joker.
Should have just put a fucking 2 next to it.
So we're gonna be getting into the Joker
or
review.
1.5.
Joker review. We're gonna be talking non-spoilers for a few minutes. So you guys, if you don't want to be spoiled, stick around. Let's have some fun with it. What was your impression of the movie going into it?
Well, I knew everything about it going into it.
Well, before you knew everything about it.
I didn't care.
Okay.
Didn't care about those.
You were neutral on this movie?
Yeah.
Well,
I wouldn't even say neutral. It was, I guess, apathy would be neutrality.
Yeah.
Sure, we'll go with that.
Okay, so you were
I was apathetic.
More or less neutral on it, but where were you on the first movie?
Great movie.
Okay, did you think
it was a surprise that I was like, that was another movie where it's like, why are they kind of doing this? And then it's like, all right, good movie.
Yeah, I agree.
Todd Phillips just wanted to make Taxi Driver / a comedian, whatever that fucking Martin Scorsese movie was.
Sure.
And then they just slapped the Joker on it.
I had hang up. Okay, so just to be very, very honest about my position about the first Joker, I thought the movie was really good. I would never watch it again just because these movies that are just awkward, you know, it's not a bad film. It's just awkward to freaking watch. It's awkward to watch someone's life just be like totally shit for 2 hours.
You don't want to watch a mentally disabled guy get the shit kicked out of him for 2 hours?
No, I want like a Forrest Gump triumph story. Story of overcoming adversity.
The older I get, the more I dislike that movie.
It's not good. It's fine. Forrest Gump is fine. It's definitely worth seeing, but it's not. I mean, there's more movies that are out that are better than Forrest Gump. So, I mean, when it comes to the Joker original movie, I went into it kind of skeptical. I did want another Joker project, so I was kind of just hungry for some Joker. And then it comes out. I enjoy it. I found flaws with it, but ultimately it was a A+ for me. I enjoyed the movie. I came out of it with really good
movie.
Exactly.
Joaquin got best actor, so yeah.
Joaquin Phoenix was a surprisingly good Joker for me in both movies. I was actually very satisfied in both movies with his performance.
Oh yeah, I mean the acting's been great throughout.
Yeah. Do you think that going into this review, people are even, if you haven't seen the movie yet, I am surprising everyone I talk to about this movie by telling them it's a musical.
It was marketed as musical.
Yeah, they don't know. They don't fucking know.
How? All right. I mean, it's not.
It's a musical. It's
not.
It's musically inclined.
It's just
it's musically challenged.
Todd Phillips just, I guess, had a midlife crisis and went back to his 20s where he was directing music videos or some shit.
Sure, but
it's weird.
I wanted to get that out there because not a surprising amount of people are oblivious to the fact this is a musical.
It's not.
It is. Well, okay. Do we have to get into a definition argument about what a musical is? Like, in your mind, is a musical a movie that does not stop having music?
It's got music throughout. It's not all music, but the music is original songs that also like drive the narrative forward.
Okay, so it's like original show tunes that
it's almost exposition.
Okay.
In this, it's just random musical numbers that are just like, okay, you did that, cool.
Okay.
Back to what we were doing.
So you're saying it's just a movie with
forward.
music. You're saying it's just a movie with music.
The music has to drive the plot forward.
Right.
I'm not saying it's a movie with music in it. I'm saying it's a movie with music. The music drives the plot forward and has exposition in it.
This movie has that, or that's what a musical is.
That's what a musical is. This movie does not have that.
What is this movie then?
It's not a musical. It just has musical shit in it.
Okay, that's what I was trying to get to. Why are you being so confrontational about something you obviously don't care about?
Because it feels like you're just like disagreeing with me and trying to prove me wrong, and you're not like understanding.
You're not hearing me. You're not. I'm not. I'm in my feels.
I don't give a fuck about your feels.
You're in your feels. Like if
I find you hanging in the shower curtain, I don't give a fuck.
I don't care anymore.
I'll let you sit there for a day, and then I'll call the cops.
Look at what this movie's done to us. Look at what this has done to us.
It's a shit movie.
This movie's turning us inside out.
Quick review. I don't like it. Don't go see it. It's boring as fuck.
That was very quick.
I was more interested what was happening in my stomach after eating a bucket of popcorn than the movie.
It was not good popcorn too. I got a couple burnt kernels at the bottom. It wasn't good. Dude, that's the worst, isn't it?
So sad. I'm just pissed their salt shakers barely work.
Yeah, that's weird. They okay, no, we got to no, not the salt shakers, the Joker.
And the ice machine, the fucking ice machine.
The Joker movie. Okay, so generally dislike it. I'm in the same boat Cody is. The movie itself was horrible. I hated the movie. I hated the experiencing the movie. I hated the ending of the movie. The beginning made.
What was the good stuff of it?
I think
good cinematography, good acting. All the actors were great.
Yep.
It looked like it was made by very competent people, but then like someone had an aneurysm or something writing this thing.
I would say okay, Cody, you just want hold on. Colton has a comment. Cody, you just wants to fight, but Tox agrees with you. I agree with you. I just want to know what
I don't want to be on the same page as you.
This movie needs to be called something. I don't know what it like. What? Okay, hold on. Jukebox musical. Boom. Yeah, hold on. Zoom in on that. Hold on. Zoom in. Right there. Jukebox musical.
I would have rather watched a musical. An actual musical. And I fucking hate musicals.
This so the good things about it, let's dig into that a little bit. The acting was really good. I don't think there was a bad acting performance in this. Maybe Harvey Dent. Harvey Dent was
he was just one note. Like a pompous douchebag lawyer.
Exactly.
Was his entire character.
It was. But I feel like he's really just a plot device in that to kind of progress the law arguments forward. It's the law. They didn't even need Harvey Dent. They didn't even need Harvey Dent.
No, it's just a random,
drop reference.
Yeah, Batman reference.
So I think maybe you could say Harvey Dent did a bad job. The judge I thought was good / fine. The short man, I don't know who the character's
Puddles.
name. Puddles. Oh yeah,
was
yeah.
The best.
Puddles is on the.
He was actually really good on.
Puddles on the stand was great, and let me just see if we can pull up. We can't find Puddles on the stand.
Top cast,
Mr. Puddles. Where are you, Mr. Puddles?
Spot the midget. Oh, he's not there.
Where's Waldo?
I like how the Arkham guard gets billing over Puddles.
Yeah, Puddles. Okay, so Puddles
was a named character.
Puddles was a recurring character from the first movie for people who haven't seen the sequel yet. So Puddles was a returning character. He witnessed Arthur Fleck murder right in front of him. He's a midget. He had a difficult time reaching the door, trying to escape the room, and so
funny scene.
And so he actually asked the Joker to open the door and let him out. And so it was but he had a moment on the stand where that was some of the best. That was the best scene I think in the movie. Was their back and forth, because you saw in the movie that was one of the first moments is like Joker, and then you saw this really good back and forth between those two characters. So yeah, I think there was great acting in this, and I say great acting. I think they some of the cast outkicked their coverage on their performances.
Brendan Gleeson was awesome as the guard.
Yep, Lady Gaga's Harley Quinn is up there for me. Like I like her as Harley Quinn.
It wasn't bad.
Yeah, I liked her as Harley Quinn. I thought she did good. I thought Phoenix did great. Yep, Gleason did good as the guard. It's
hard to talk about this without spoiling it.
It is. But there were great actors in it. Let's talk about the story itself. Like it lacked a good story, like a good beginning, middle, end.
Yeah, well, I can't really talk about the story without spoiling it. It was just boring as fuck.
Well, in the first act,
and they undo things from the first movie. So,
well, in the first act, you get the sense because the musical influences come in later as Lady Gaga's character is introduced.
Mm-hmm.
And in the first act, it's really light on the music stuff. You don't get as much of it, and it's not.
So yeah,
and it's kind of like what I started feeling when I was watching that and getting the small sprinkles of music into it. I was like, okay, if this is as bad as it gets, it'll be fine. Let's get into it. Let's keep going. But then,
dude, I heard you sighing like halfway through the movie when
it got bad quick though.
The musical number came in.
But then it got bad quick. I was struggling, man. I saw 5 people walk out of that theater, and I only noticed 2 of them return. I'm pretty sure those people left and did not come back.
Out. I didn't even want to go to it after hearing, like, throughout the week, I was just hearing more and more shit about this movie, and I'm like, fuck, man, I don't want to see it.
I really thought we were gonna get to like an hour before the film, and you were gonna back out. I really thought that was gonna happen.
I stuck to it.
You did, and you were a good soldier. We both did good.
I mean, you regret it now.
Oh, strongly. Oh, this was a mistake. Mistakes were made. There are other movies we're going to be able to review this year, like Gladiator 2. We're going to be able to talk about.
At least that's going to be more fun than this.
Yeah, exactly. And they fixed the trailer for me. Like, I still have problems with the fact I don't want a Gladiator 2. I don't want a continuation of the story.
I want the original idea for Gladiator 2.
But the big issue for me with the trailer with the hip hop music, that was actually a hang up for me. I actually hated that.
Yeah, everyone kind of.
And then they dropped a trailer without the hip hop music, and no one said anything about it. I feel compelled to
I wasn't
say,
even really
okay,
paying attention during that trailer. That's how much I care about that movie.
but we're gonna have to review it.
Yes, we will review that as well.
So in the first act, it was a bit. The first act was definitely the best part of this movie, if you can say so. Outside of the acting,
I don't like what they did with Arthur Fleck and the Joker, but I'd say, yeah, it's the best.
It's the best of the 3 acts.
It's the best of the 3 acts, yes, but like
it does not make a good movie.
Shortly after halfway, when puddles, and then the scene right before, I think, are the best parts of the movie, and yeah, that's it.
I think that's fair. I think
that's the only musical number I liked, was the one before puddles.
So there's things to appreciate, like the acting, but it's drowned out. It's drowned out by the horrible story. It's drowned out by the bad musical numbers. It's drowned out by the ending of this film. You know, it's not spoiling the movie to tell you it ends horribly. This is probably one of, like, we got to the ending, and I was like, all right, just finish strong. And then they finished in such a horrible way, and I was like, pissed. I was angry. I was like,
they murdered that ending. But I'm
still spoiler free. All right, guys, we are going to.
What would you give it on a scale of 1 to 10?
Shit.
I would say because it's so well, like, it's directed well, cinematography's great, shot well, acting's really good.
I mean, even the musical scenes are directed well.
Yeah, they're all directed well. They're just pointless as fuck.
And they're bad.
But yeah, because all that's great, and it's just the story and how boring it is, and just other things I'll get into later. I'd still have to give it a 5 or above because of how
good the directing and acting is.
Yeah, how well everything was done in the movie. I would never fucking watch this again. I don't recommend it to anyone.
I think that so
like enjoyment wise, 2. But like from like a critical standpoint,
there's no lower number than 0. But if there was, I would give it a lower number than 0. Okay, so hold on. Let me to answer to your point. I think if we're measuring it by categories, yeah, the scale's gonna be mixed.
Yeah.
As a general movie, like just across the board, I think that the fact that the acting was good actually makes me hate this more because, and I'll make an argument for this, they had everything they needed to be another $1 billion movie. They had great acting. They had characters that just were going to get people in the seats. You say, if they had marketed by not saying this is a musical, but instead said Harley Quinn's in this, that would have put an extra. It would have
been better as a Harley Quinn movie, to be honest, with Lady Gaga's Harley Quinn.
Yeah,
it would have been better.
So they had everything they needed. They needed to be successful, and they still shit the bed so violently.
Yeah,
it was so bad. I hate this movie.
After a night of binging Doritos Los Tacos,
there are things about this movie I can praise while still making this. This is probably among my most hated films. There are movies I'm apathetic towards. I don't care about Sharknado. I'll never watch Sharknado. I won't watch movies in that genre. The scary movie spoofs, like the spoof films, stuff like that. I can find comedy in those. Still think they're bad.
Yeah, they're horrible movies that are funny.
But I would maybe, if I'm on a plane and there's nothing to watch, I'll throw it on and, chuckle at a few things I used to love. But this movie is a 1. I hate this film. I hate the ending. I hate that they had everything to be successful and chose not to be. All of this was conscious decision. They analyze every frame of this film. They They polished the lighting, they polished the writing, they polished everything about it. You had great talent. You wasted a great character on a potentially good story, chose to have a bad story. You had everything to be successful, chose not to be. This movie is garbage. I hate this film.
You're gonna hate what I'm about to say, but it's gonna be funny.
All right.
So I gave Avatar: Last Airbender live action a 1, saying it was unwatchable and whatnot. I'm putting Joker above this. It's a 2. Because I can't watch Avatar. I would rather rewatch like the same amount of runtime as that season in this movie, Joker movie.
Oh God! First off, you would never do either of those again.
No.
So you're just doing this to hurt me.
Yeah, pretty much.
You're just. I don't think that the Avatar is worse than the Joker. I do agree with you on a lot of the points you made with the Avatar. All the same, I still gave it a relatively medium to high score.
You gave it a 7.
On initial review, but I did kind of course corrected sit with it for a minute. Kind of rethink my position.
We're not going to talk about that.
I grew as a person.
Yeah, debatable.
And evolved. Slim, I hear you saying you don't like this movie, but why? Are you fucking like? We can't talk about that in the spoiler free part.
Why are you a moderator? You're not even paying attention.
No, man. Good to have you.
But yeah, no, it's shit. 2. We're gonna move on to spoilers.
Yes, it is time to move on to spoilers because we're getting called out by our chat.
3,
We're getting
2, 1. They stab the fuck out of Arthur Fleck at the end.
Yes.
He's dead. There's not gonna be another one. This is completely pointless.
Yes. Joaquin, just to clarify, because I was kind of cutting you off a little bit, and so I want to just say it again. Joaquin Phoenix's Joker has been murdered. He is dead. He was stabbed many times, very aggressively, for apparently no fucking reason other than to say
It was a punchline of a joke.
it was a punchline of a joke. But what was really weird to me is that they set up the guy who was stabbing. Yeah, they set up the guy who was stabbing Joaquin Phoenix's Joker as the actual Joker. So
Yeah,
both
he gives himself a Glasgow smile after he stabs him.
Yep. Both movies led to the origin story of the Joker being this random insane asylum character from Arkham stabbing Joaquin Phoenix, who's been the Joker this whole time, and now becoming what we would assume is the correct Joker because of what he does to his face and because he kills.
Well, Todd Phillips, the director, stated back in 2019 that this isn't like the origin story of the Joker, whatever. Joaquin was never supposed to be the Joker.
Right.
It's never supposed to be a Joker movie to begin with. He also said him and Joaquin don't want to make a second Joker no matter what. But apparently Warner Brothers is like, how about we give you $200 million? Like,
Well,
fucking fine. We're going to write the most dog shit thing, but we're going to shoot it fucking great.
And then isn't that 4 times what the original Joker? Wasn't the original Joker $50 million on a $50 million
55.
$55 million budget?
And Warner Brothers didn't make shit out of that $1 billion movie because they didn't have any faith in it, so they kind of outsourced it to investors. So they maybe made $200 million from that $1 billion movie.
That's so gross.
That's why they threw that $200 million into a second one that's not even going to make $200 million.
You could take half of that, like they doubled that budget to make the Batman or the Batwoman movie, and then scrapped it as a tax return for a tax write-off.
Warner Brothers, I think, should win the award for the dumbest company in America.
Oh my God!
They
Yes.
constantly make shit decisions. You know, they passed on a Batman Beyond movie animated by the guys that did the Spider-Verse, like Across the Spider-Verse and Into the Spider-Verse.
I don't want that.
I would want it. It looked fucking great. They had like images and whatnot.
The Spider-Verse like style for me. First off, I don't care about Miles
It'd
Morales
been darker
as a
and more
character.
cyberpunk.
Sure. Maybe that could be good. I don't know. The DC animated movie with like the art style, the DC animated movies they have right now, I think are fine.
I don't like them.
Crisis on Infinite Earths is not.
Multiple Earths. I like that title more.
Crisis on Multiple Earths is not that good. Or at least I'm not enjoying it. But I
didn't like the first one.
But the art style of like
it looks like Archer.
Yeah, but the art style of like a dark apocalypse world. Nah, Blizzard is for not making a SCA. What's SCA? Am I reading that right? Oh, sorry. Slim's in the chat. StarCraft 3. Oh, okay. Oh, StarCraft. Yeah, I got you. Blizzard beating you, Cody? Is Blizzard better, worse than Warner Brothers?
Yeah. No, I mean, Warner Brothers is the worst. Warner Brothers is the worst by far. It's really hard to beat that.
Slim's right though. Activision Blizzard is another horrible company. Like we could.
I'd say EA is dumber than they are.
EA might actually be smart because they realize that, you know, normies who just keep buying Madden over and over again are infinite.
Okay, the customers of EA are the dumbest people.
Yeah, okay, yes, okay. Good point.
Let's buy FIFA 25 and it hasn't changed in 25 years.
Okay, so now now that we're talking Joker's, Joker spoilers.
Did you like the ass rape? The implied ass rape?
I don't think we could say that on YouTube, and I don't want to say it on YouTube.
Grape. Okay. Sorry. Ass grape.
Like, I liked forceful hugging better. I like that one. Let's go with forceful hugging for
sex.
Surprise. Surprise. Yes means no. But I didn't actually realize that's what that scene was until you clarified that for me, because we watched the same movie, and what I thought that scene was so
you're just gonna wash him up and send him gently back to his
no, I thought they were beating him up. I thought that's what it was. I didn't realize it was forceful hugging. It's funny to say. It's comedy. It's my joke.
I don't know. You can interpret it any way you want. I don't really care.
I guess they weren't like overt about it.
Well, they stayed away from his face, that's for sure. If they beat the fuck out of him,
right?
The fuck out of dead ass.
That just seems like uninvested in real estate. If you're doing a forceful hug, but no. So no, I didn't even see that part. But yes, that was actually a pretty. That was pretty rough.
It's a lot easier to hide a forceful hug than a beating.
Yes, exactly. But so talking about like the introduction of Harley Quinn was actually really good. Like the way they brought Harley Quinn in, they made her insane by saying she just like puts herself in the insane asylum.
Well, yeah, her original story is that she set her parents' apartment on fire or whatever, building on fire. Yeah. But it turns out that she's this rich bitch that just wants to get some
Joker,
some poor D,
some Joker D,
some
funny dick.
But I don't know. They kind of like blew past their relationship. It went really fucking quick.
Yeah.
It went from we're just talking in the hallway to baby me.
Yep. Very. I
want
quickly.
You to put a baby in me.
It's like the fact that she was able to get into his cell always confused me. I was like, how the fuck did that happen?
Maybe she's not really there or something, or she is rich. Maybe she just paid him off.
Yeah, it could be that. It is Gotham.
But she wanted Joker to shoot a baby inside her.
So actually, I had a couple of things written down because and most of my issues with this movie like were kind of at the end. My biggest issues were the music. The musical aspect of it.
So pointless.
It was so bad. It did nothing for the movie.
It like talk singing too, where it wasn't even singing. They were just.
Lady Gaga is Lady Gaga. She didn't underperform on her songs. The songs were just bad. But Joaquin Phoenix, I get the sense that was the best he could sing, and he does not carry a tune in a bucket of water.
It kind of works for him playing as Arthur Fleck.
It kind of.
So, but it works as that, but
you're compared to Lady Gaga, right side by sides. Like, what are you doing?
They're both whisper singing the entire fucking time. It doesn't even matter that Lady Gaga didn't like Lady Gaga in this movie. She just was like, you could have like put a random person into that role and whisper sing and it'd sound the same.
But a big problem I had with this movie was the endings. Like the way they wrapped up the story, they left a few things untouched, and I wanted to get your take on it. So Harley Quinn leaving Joker. So you go through the whole movie, and then first off, this isn't Joaquin Phoenix's Joker is not the Joker, is one of my biggest issues with this movie. But that's one of my biggest issues with him or with this movie. But Harley Quinn is like love struck and obsessed with him. And then he goes and does like his closing statement in his court case, and she's just out. She's just fucking out.
Because she loves the Joker, not Arthur Fleck.
No, I know, but it's just weird that we had so much build up to absolute like just her leaving didn't make any sense. Then who was visiting him at the end? Like it's like it
might have been a setup by the guard and that inmate.
It could have been. That actually makes more sense than her coming back to him. I mean, but all the same, it was the love story was completely nothing. It just meant nothing.
Well, I mean, you end the first movie with him embracing the Joker persona and whatnot.
Yeah.
And then in this movie, it takes place 2 years later, and it's just right back to Arthur Fleck, and we're doing the same shit again, where it's Arthur Fleck turning into the Joker, and then ultimately he's like, no, it was just an act. I don't.
Well, and yeah, exactly. Well, and then the other thing is
What a pathetic fucking man.
you had the baby be introduced into the story, and you don't get a conclusion to whether or not the baby even exists.
Apparently, people laughed at that part in other theaters. Where she's like, I'm pregnant. It's like, okay.
That's wild.
Came out of nowhere. Why don't you light up that cigarette, sweetheart?
Good times. But the fact that the baby like got brought up and then never addressed again until he's like,
Nothing in this movie matters, bro.
exactly. I'm trying to break that down. It's like, let me analyze. But the movie itself had so many plot holes that just never got filled or even touched again. My biggest hiccup was the prisoner who got choked out by the guards and then never brought up again in the last 30 minutes of the movie.
No one cares about prisoners dying.
Well, you kind of get the sense that like besides the forceful hugging, like if you watch that and you don't think it's a forceful hug, you kind of get the sense that Joaquin Phoenix is going to be like, oh, that was kind of my buddy / pet kind of thing.
Let's go full Joker mode.
You killed it. So I thought we were gonna. Yeah, I thought we were.
Pet.
Yeah, I thought we were gonna get a full Joker unleashed, not a. I apologize. I was hugged so forcefully that I just give up on being the Joker. Kill me, please.
I was hugged so forcefully in my childhood.
But it's not that he. It's not that he got killed, or that we didn't get the Joker from it. It's that inmate who got choked out was never readdressed. It's like that just happens, gone, done. It's not like the guys who got beat up when they were singing When the Saints Go Marching In all the time. It's not like them getting beat up. This guy was just murdered in Arkham, and it's like not at all addressed in any way. And I feel like that should have been touched.
I don't care.
Well, it's like, why put it in there if it's gonna be if you're not gonna address it in any sense?
Yeah, you think it was put in there to like get the Joker unleashed, but then it's just kind of like a random like
it's a red herring.
Let's just show how bad this guard actually is.
Yeah, if that's all it was not good, because it was not good enough, because he's right back to being the normal guard once the trial and Joker's back in Arkham.
Yeah, I mean,
so it's completely useless. There's not an
the whole movie's fucking useless. It's so annoying.
Yes.
How useless and just non-existent this movie is.
This movie, I expect will $200 million. I think this movie. Where do you think this movie will go? Hold on, let's see.
It made 7 on Thursday. I don't know where it's at now. It's opening weekend, so we might not even have the numbers.
Sure, probably not. No, we don't have the numbers yet. Our theater was relatively full.
Yeah.
And then we had people walk out. It's gonna be hard to get people to walk out after investing their child's like college fund to going to see the film, but all the same.
I mean, if you love the song When the Saints Go Marching In, you might like this movie because it's played so 10 times.
Yeah, it's a lot. You almost want to sing along as the audience. God.
Yeah, when he's up on the table or whatever, and it's like, all right, we're getting like into the Joker thing. You can kind of get into it, and then it's just, nope, we're gonna subvert your expectations.
Yeah,
like Rolling Stone had an article that said the message from the Joker to fans is go fuck yourself.
That's how I took it.
Yeah, pretty much. That was, yeah, I think he stuck his middle finger right up my ass that entire movie.
Yeah, I agree with that sentiment entirely. I walked out of this movie feeling genuinely like I felt attacked.
I felt personally attacked.
I felt personally attacked. Like,
it was like, if you're a fan of the first one, fuck you, that's not what we're going with it, and then here's 1.5 version of it.
And everything you watched meant zero. Meant nothing. Meant less than nothing. Because they actually ruined the first movie by the ending of this film. It's like,
oh, yeah.
So they ruined the first movie too. It's like, why are you doing this?
I don't know which movie I was more pissed in seeing, Marvel's or this one.
This for me, this. I know that you.
I would say, yeah, probably.
This pissed me off.
It's a competent movie. It's just
intentionally ruined.
Yeah. I know Todd didn't want to make one. Maybe that's why he's like, I'll just take the pay cut and fuck you guys over in the process.
Yeah, probably. I mean, I honestly, it'd be a pretty gangster move. But yeah,
I would respect that.
I wish I didn't have to see it. I wish I didn't have to be the one to suffer. Because Warner Brothers doesn't care if you ruin a movie of theirs. They do it every week.
Right.
But
surprisingly, The Flash has made more money in its opening in 2 days than this one did.
Good. This movie the original Joker didn't actually like.
It didn't start off well, but it had legs.
It had-
and word of mouth.
Yeah. And people were like, you have to see this. You have to. And the news kept carrying it because people were afraid of incel violence.
That pisses me off. The media wanted a shooting so fucking bad.
Oh,
They were perpetuating it so hard.
Yep. They were
And
really
then-
pushing for it.
And then instead of that, they got a stabbing at Frozen 2.
I remember that story.
Oh,
That's fun.
fucking hate the media.
All
Bunch
right.
of cunts.
In the spoiler free, we talked numbers, but give me your final number, like your final number. Or do you want me to go first?
Yeah, you go first. I'm still thinking of like how I should like add in the
Oh.
competence of the movie.
You know what? Actually, we haven't even looked at the audience numbers yet. So
Oof.
let me refresh. Let me refresh because I don't think it'll change. Oh,
It was at 40 something yesterday.
yep. They also changed it to popcorn meter from audience score. So they stopped calling it audience score and changed it to popcorn meter. Oof, this is horror. Oh, that's.
Jesus, man. What are you doing?
I was trying to zoom in so the audience can see better.
You're a bad Jamie.
I'm bad, Jamie. You're a bad Jamie.
You're a bad
You're a
producer.
naughty Jamie. Okay, so this is one of the first times I think I've seen the audience so on point with the critics.
It's actually surprising that even the critics are like, what the fuck is this?
32% and 32% audience score and critic score. Jesus.
This movie gave you a stroke.
Yeah, it gave me a lot of things. AIDS.
Yeah, it is so fucking annoying that it was so competent, except for the fucking storytelling.
I would say that I think a 3 is actually probably close.
I would say 2.
I would give it a 2. I think 3 is still like the audience being generous. And I bet this is kind of inflated by a few 10s in here too. What if I could break it down?
Yeah, there's gonna be some asshole out there that's like, you guys just don't understand the movie, and I'm so much more deep than you.
Yep. So
Half stars. I didn't even know you could.
oh, you can do half star. 2 hour wasted. Oh yeah, let's read some of these reviews. This will be fun.
What about that 3.5 there?
3.5. You know, I love my boy Joaquin, and Gaga is a phenomenal singer. This movie definitely was different. That's generous as shit. I don't mind the singing as much as everyone else, but would have loved to see more of Arthur Fleck's life instead of him just being treated poorly by everyone, even Harley, then dying at the end.
I like how he just spoils it.
Well, it's like that's how you score a 3.5.
The singing would have been fine. No one would have a problem with it if it actually added to the movie. It's just a random musical break. That's what's so fucking annoying about
Got a
it.
lot of half stars here.
Oh, we got a 5.
Oh,
Great movie, power cast. Yes, there was singing, but overall it did not overshadow how good the acting and plot was. I really enjoyed it. Acting was good.
Guys,
Plot, not so much.
hold on. I want to ask the audience. Audience, before you go to see this movie, do you think you're going to be more this guy, or do you think you're going to be more this guy? Do you think you're...
Wait, go back up to that guy that you
Hold
just
on.
circled. Worst musical I've ever seen. Thank goodness it was only £5 or quid or whatever.
Quid,
the
yep.
fuck their
Todd
match-
Phillips,
their money is. Todd Phillips is not a.
musical.
Oh, he's not a musical. Oh, I didn't know.
It's
that.
not a musical.
Oh, said it's not a musical.
Jesus Christ,
It
read.
doesn't have positive connotations. Sweeney Todd was brilliant, though, so that the defense is weak. Never been so bored in my life. Tax returns are more stimulating. Yes, sir. Or
That's
Sarah. Sorry, Sarah.
Why would, okay, here's the Julio J says, why would they make a rated R musical? Doesn't elevate the first film. They spend a lot of screen time talking about what happened in the first film. Joker 2 structured as a courtroom drama. What were they thinking? It was yeah.
It wasn't even really a courtroom drama either. It's
It-
not like there was like great like lawyering stuff going on.
It's really nothing.
It's just this happened in the first movie. What's your defense?
I think the issue I have with what you're saying right now, Cody, is that it's a few things and none of those things. It's a musical, but it's not a musical. It's a courtroom drama, but it's not a drama. It's a good acting film, but it's not a good acting film. It's like,
No, it's a good acting film.
but this guy, no name. He has no name. He is no.
Ominous.
He's nameless. Some nameless drone gave it a 5. Audience, do you think you'll be a nameless drone too? Let's see if there's one more 5. I would like to find one more 5 if we can. Just a
lot of fucking
here we go.
half stars.
Here we go. Oh, we're not reading all of this, but okay. Josus.
Yeah, I was like, I don't even know how to pronounce
The
it.
film is absolutely stunning. While there are things I would have done differently, hold on, pause. That's not a 5 if there's things you do differently.
Yeah, no, 5 is perfect movie.
Yeah, exactly. The first half of the film really stands out and is an amazing continuation of the first. It isn't. I might be one of few who enjoy this film. God damn it! How are you scoring this a 5? You're making all these You're putting all these qualifiers. But even if you don't like it as much as the first, the movie is not what critics are saying it is. Oh, you're a contrarian. You're just putting your comment out there to bash against You're that guy. You're an edgelord. It's a lot better than expected. It isn't.
This fucking sentence.
While many people are against the sequel being a musical, most of the music scenes are tied really well into the story based on the Joker's past and mental struggles. They're not. They're completely random and arbitrary. They make no continuation or add anything to the plot whatsoever. At best, the best argument you could possibly give them is that they're his freaking mental delusions manifest into musical songs that don't do anything to progress the story.
It's Arthur zones out for a bit, sings a song in his head, and then goes back to the plot.
Yeah, that's the best.
That's it.
That's the best argument for those you could possibly make. Lady Gaga acting as Harley Quinn was phenomenal as always.
And so is Phoenix.
So
Lady
is Phoenix.
Gaga is a good actress.
She was a good actress. She did good, and I honestly,
Star is Born and whatever else she's been in. American Horror Story.
and we said this already about like Lady Gaga. Her and Joaquin Phoenix acting wasn't the problem. It was the movie itself. I love this movie. It was very entertaining and enjoyable. Jesus,
Oh, thanks, Anthony.
he's verified,
Your insight is
dude. He's verified. He's a big deal.
verified chode.
Verified bitch made. All right,
Yeah.
we gotta find an
But-
end to this review at some point here.
Do not recommend. I mean, if you like popcorn,
Make some at home, you lazy.
it's not the same.
Takes
This one,
2 minutes.
you don't get that from homemade popcorn. The burning feeling in your gut,
The-
bowels.
The absolute sickness you feel
Yeah.
only comes from the theater, the local theater. But guys, seriously, it's not a good film. We strongly recommend not checking it out. I mean, wait for it to come out on something else that's cheaper. Save your money.
It'll
'cause
be on Max in like a month.
It'll be, yeah, exactly. If you do go and see it, let us know in the comments what you thought. If you thought we were right, let us know by smashing the like button, subscribing to the channel, and sharing the video.
Sure,
And if you're new, the other things. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. We are going to wrap it up there. We really appreciate you guys checking it out. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share the video, and tune in tomorrow. We are going to be playing a continuation of The Backrooms on Sunday Slackers. We have Matt and Quincy joining.
Yeah.
We have the Cody, who's actually excited.
Yeah,
He's
it's fun.
He's excited. It'll
I
be
like
fun.
when I can cheat the system in the game too.
All right, guys, we're going to leave it there. Thank you so much.